Uh, Jane Doe, number 18, aka Thot number 18, aka Holly Calhoun, took the stand on Thursday and she finished up her testimony Friday. And she went by the name of Anna while she was testifying against R. Kelly. And it was basically the same old that we've heard from the other whores, R. Kelly didn't let me do nothing. He's a monster. He abused me. I had to wear baggy clothes and la da 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 la da da. But the difference with Holly than the other girls is that she was a public girlfriend. R. Kelly went everywhere with Holly to any public event, and she was always dressed in skimpy, sexy outfits. So that's proof right there that R. Kelly is not controlling. Because anytime, if he was controlling, every time you saw Holly in public, she would be covered up. But she was never covered up while she was dating R. Kelly. She was dressed exactly how she wanted to be dressed. So I think the jury is going to see that and see that, she is totally lying. Holly is the worst one to me, y'all. Out of all the other chicks, except for Azriel, Holly is the worst. I can't decide who is worse between Holly and Azriel. Azriel might be worse, but Holly is right up there because she pretended to be supporting R. Kelly on social media. Oh, you got this. I'm, listening to his music, talking about he's a legend and all of this. To me, if a man abused you so badly, you wouldn't want to hear his music. If she was really abused by R. Kelly and he beat her all the time and he didn't let her go nowhere and she couldn't wear makeup and she had to wear baggy clothes, which is a lie, then she won't even want to listen to his music. So the fact that she would pretend to be supporting R. Kelly this entire time while she was working with the feds is real snake shit. And, I can't decide who is worse, Holly or Azriel. Azriel might be a little worse because, she went on a rampage and her and her father are just annoying. But Holly, you're a fucking liar, Anybody can see that you were treated well while you were with R. Kelly. We never saw any bruises on you. She wore skimpy outfits the entire time she was with R. Kelly, and we never saw bruises. It wasn't like she was covered up for days and days at a time. She was always out and about in shorts, and everything else. And it's unbelievable how these chicks could lie. How they could tell lies like this on this man. Oh, I'm so sick of it, y'all. They said the prosecution is going to wrap up on about Tuesday or Wednesday, and then the defense is going to take over, and they're going to bring their witnesses. So let's see what the defense is going to do, because I'm tired of the same old. R. Kelly is a bad guy. He didn't make me do this. He didn't let me do that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's annoying. But before Holly testified, it was a woman named Sonja. She went by the name Sonja, and allegedly she met R. Kelly in 2003. And she alleges that she was raped by R. Kelly. She was drugged and raped. She says she was an intern and she was looking for an interview. And, she went to Chicago and she was locked in the chocolate factory for 3 days. She had her phone the entire time, and she was talking to her baby daddy, her mama, her grandma, all the people the entire time, and she never told them that she was raped and starved. Does that make sense to you? She said she took a bite of food. She had some Chinese food, and then she felt drugged. And then when she woke up right at the time that R. Kelly was in the room zipping up his pants. And then she reached out and she hugged him. And she knew that R. Kelly had done something to her. Because even though she didn't remember it, she woke up exactly as he was zipping up his pants. Doesn't that sound like a Lifetime movie? That you wake up from being drugged as soon as the man is zipping up his pants. Does that make sense? Does that make fucking sense? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. She didn't wake up when he was fucking. All that motion. If he was on top of her fucking, she didn't wake up during that entire thing. But she woke up as soon as he was zipping up his pants. I really hope the jury is listening to this shit and really digesting it the way I'm digesting it, because this is a bunch of lies. They're really setting this man up. None of this shit makes sense. If you're locked in a room the way you claim for days and days and days and days, and you have a cell phone, and you're able to talk to your baby daddy, you're able to talk to your mama, you're able to talk to your grandma, you can't say somebody called 911, R. Kelly got me trapped. And you didn't tell the police or anybody for decades. You waited until Surviving R. Kelly came out, and then you contacted Gloria Allred. Does that make, none of that makes sense. None of that makes sense, you guys. Oh my God, I just feel so bad for R. Kelly to have to sit through these lies. And the fact that this chick, her story does not align with any of the other women's stories, because the other women never claimed rape. I've never heard R. Kelly been accused of rape before. This is the first time he's actually accused of rape, and it doesn't, to me, this is going to stand out more as a lie, because why would he have to drug her? Why would he have to do all that dumb shit? And if y'all saying he's a pedophile, why would he go out of his way to drug a 23-year-old? Because she was 23 at the time. So if he's a pedophile, that means he would prefer a young girl. He wouldn't be drugging no 23-year-old to get no pussy. You see how these prosecutors are contradicting themselves? Yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I heard Nobody's Anything was playing Step in the Name of Love while the prosecutors were walking in to the courtroom on Friday. So shout out to Nobody's Anything, a.k.a. Mercedes. Oh, I know they were mad. Shout out to anybody who's going up there at the trial to support. I'm going to try to make it out maybe for 1 or 2 days for the Chicago trial, if we get to the Chicago trial, because I hope that be dropped. I hope that will be dropped. It makes no sense to try him for the same chicks in Chicago when he gets acquitted out in New York. Because, Geronda Pace is all over the Chicago case. He has the most counts against him dealing with Geronda. And people say, oh, well, he might get acquitted in New York. But what's going to really hurt him is when that girl get on the stand. That girl, Roshana Landfair, who was allegedly in the tape, that's going to really hurt him. That's going to be what convict him. And I'm like, Roshana Landfair and her family are very going to be very helpful to the defense, because they're so unreliable. They have told a different story for the past 25 years. For the past 25 years, they've said, no, it's not my daughter in the tape. So if they come back now and say it was their daughter in the tape, then what the defense will say, well, why did you lie for 25 years? Why did you go to his concerts? Why did your husband, Greg Landfair, who is now dead, why did he continue to play guitar on R. Kelly's albums after the trial if your daughter was in this tape? Did R. Kelly force you to go to the Love Letter tour? Did he force you to go to the Buffet tour? Did he force Roshana to put money on R. Kelly's books when he was originally locked up by the feds in 2019? So you see, none of it makes sense. So y'all keep saying Roshana is going to be the one to put him away. I doubt it. I doubt it. Roshana is going to be the one who gets him acquitted in Chicago, if it gets that far to where we have a trial in Chicago. Because they keep pushing back the date. I saw that they pushed back the date for the status conference to the 25th. It was supposed to be next week, but they pushed it back to the 25th. They need to go on and drop this case in Chicago. Drop the Chicago federal, drop the Chicago state, and drop that case in Minnesota. That bogus prostitution charge in Minnesota. Oh my God. R. Kelly is overcharged, y'all. He never should have been charged. 2 years behind bars based on lies and bullshit. And the media is like, oh, he still has support. People coming out there supporting him. People supporting him online. Of course he still has support, because we see through the bullshit. We see through the BS. And like I said before, shout out to anybody who's in New York who's been going to the trial and showing support. I think that makes him feel good. You know what I mean? That makes him feel real good. To see that, people are seeing through the lies. Last time I checked, if a man gives you $5,000 a month and he pays for all your Ubers, you're not a hostage. These chicks were treated well. I've never had a man give me $5,000 a month and pay for all my Ubers. Man, I wish a man would pay for all my Ubers. You know how good that would make me feel? I always had to work. I always had to work. But, I'm not bitter about it. But I'm just saying, how can these chicks be so ungrateful? R. Kelly treated them so well. And for them to make up lies like this, I'm a hostage and I couldn't eat. But you were getting $5,000 a month. So you couldn't go to the store and get you something to eat. You couldn't go to McDonald's. You couldn't go to Burger King. You couldn't get DoorDash. You couldn't get Uber Eats. You couldn't get none of that shit. You couldn't go get Five Guys. You couldn't go get any type of food with $5,000 a month. R. Kelly got to sit up there and feed you too. He got to actually bring you your food. These chicks are ridiculous. Man, the lies, the spitefulness, the ungratefulness. Most of us women have never gotten $5,000 a month from a man. We may got a couple $100 a week. I've gotten a couple $100 a week out of guys, but not no 5,000. You fucking with the king. You fucking with R. Kelly, and you fuck him up like this just because he cut the money off. All of a sudden you were a fucking hostage. All of a sudden you didn't want to have threesomes with the other chicks. No. It was all good when the money was coming in. I hate these lying bitches, man. I hate these lying bitches. And I hope Kanik gets all of the pictures that Halle took with R. Kelly. And I hope he puts them in as exhibits so that the jury can see that Halle was never in baggy clothes. Halle was always active on social media. She's an underwear model. Remember when she was posting pictures in her underwear because she was hired by that company while she was with R. Kelly. R. Kelly got her that job. I forget the name of the company. But R. Kelly got her a job while she was with him modeling for an underwear company. So how could he be a jealous man if he got her that job? Man, it's the video. She was walking around in the parking lot with the black panties and the black bra. I know some of y'all saw it before, but that was R. Kelly. R. Kelly got her that job, modeling for that underwear company. What an ungrateful bitch. I never seen shit like this in my life, y'all. I couldn't be this spiteful. I couldn't sit up here and treat anybody like this, especially somebody who was helping me out. $5,000 a month? R. Kelly been fucking with the wrong chicks, because somebody like me, you never see me disrespect no man that giving me no $5,000 a month. Even if we break up, I ain't got nothing but good things to say. Even if a man not giving me that kind of money, I'm going to still respect him. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say I was abused and I was a hostage. Oh, and before I forget, Diane Copeland, his assistant, took the stand yesterday, and her testimony will continue Monday. And she basically didn't say nothing important. She said she was fine because the girlfriends had a male Uber driver, and then when R. Kelly figured out that you couldn't pick the Uber driver, you couldn't decide if it was a male or a female, he then stopped finding her. And then she said she was fined because she couldn't find a puppy that he wanted to buy himself. So basically, she didn't say nothing crazy, yet, but we'll see what she say Monday. But it seems like she's only saying small shit. I'm hearing that she was subpoenaed and she really didn't want to be there. So she's probably only going to admit small shit that are not crimes, because he didn't do any crimes, but she's not going to lie on him and say, oh, he did this and he did that. She's just going to talk about being fined and saying that he wasn't a good boss. Stuff like that, that's not a crime. So let's hope she doesn't lie on him Monday. We'll see. But so far, Diana Copeland, from what I'm hearing from people who were there, didn't say anything that's destructive to the defense. Who we got left? Who we got left to testify? I think V is going to be testifying. Javante Cunningham was supposed to take the stand on Friday, but she didn't. I think they switched the order up. I think they switched the order up of some of these chicks because we've been figuring out who they are. And we knew Javante Cunningham was Jane Doe 7, a.k.a. Thot number 7. And they listen to social media. So I think that's why they switched some of these chicks up and had some people coming in a different day to kind of throw us off track. But Javante would have to be next week if they're trying to wrap next week. If the prosecution is trying to wrap their case up next week, Javante would have to be sometime next week. God bless R. Kelly, y'all. Continue to pray for him. Continue to pray for him. A bunch of ungrateful whores. He treated them better than their own daddy treated them. R. Kelly treated them better than their own daddy treated them. The way I look at it, they should call him daddy. The man giving you $5,000 a month. You should call him daddy. Yes, daddy. I love you, daddy. He did more for these hoes than their own daddy did for them. And look at the disrespect. Look at the disrespect. You put the man on trial. You lie on him. You take the stand and you swear on the Bible to tell the truth. And you do nothing but make up shit to try to put him away for life. After he paid for your breast implants, Haley Calhoun, Azriel, $5,000 a month, got Holly jobs, took her out in public. Nobody knew who Holly Calhoun was until she got with R. Kelly. He made her famous. And then after she left R. Kelly, she was able to get into Fat Joe video. She got into Trey Songz video. She got into T.I. video. She got into Little Baby video. She got a lot of stuff because she was R. Kelly's ex-girlfriend. And look at how the bitch did him. Wow. Unbelievable. R. Kelly did more for these thoughts than their own daddies. And they say, oh, I had to call him daddy. You better call that man daddy. You call that king daddy every chance you get. Did your daddy give you $5,000 a month, bitch? Did your daddy even pay child support, whore? These dirty whores. Unbelievable. I hate them all. I hate them all. I swear before Jesus, I hate all these people. I wish nothing but suffering for anybody who put R. Kelly in this situation. To see the king suffer for the past 2 years has been very traumatic on my spirit. He doesn't deserve this, man. Nobody deserves this type of bashing for shit that he did not do. You were hostage and You getting $10,000 for Christmas. $10,000 for Christmas, and you're a fucking hostage. And then remember when he threw Holly that birthday party and he gave her a cake full of money? Was it a money cake? Oh my God. Holly, you ungrateful ass bitch. You know what? I changed my mind. I was trying to say that Azriel was worse than Holly. Holly's worse. Holly's worse. Oh my God. The backstabbing. Oh my God. You dirty, filthy fucking whores. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. Fuck the feds. Fuck anybody who put R. Kelly in this situation. Free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, and fuck anybody who don't like him.